A single training run for a frontier model now costs over $100 million. The electricity bill alone could power a small city for a year. And the machine does one thing. Once you see what it is, the entire industry starts to look very different. Before the next executive memo demands an AI strategy, it is worth understanding what generative AI actually is and what it is not. 5 minutes. No hype, no code. For most of the last 2 decades, machine learning meant one job: drawing lines. Spam or not spam, cat or dog, fraud or legitimate. These are discriminative models. They look at an input and assign it to a category. Sorters. Very good sorters, but sorters. Generative AI flips the arrow. Instead of sorting existing things into bins, it produces new things. Text that was never typed, images that were never photographed, audio that was never recorded. The model has absorbed enough patterns from its training data that it can now sample from them and output something plausible that did not exist 5 seconds ago. That is the entire shift, from classification to creation. Every product, every scare story, every billion-dollar valuation follows from that one inversion. So how does it actually create? In the case of language models, one tiny piece at a time. These pieces are called tokens. A token is roughly a word, or a fragment of one. The model takes everything written so far and answers a single question. Given this context, what is the most likely next token? Then it appends that token and asks again, thousands of times per response, guessing the next token fast enough that it looks like thought. The architecture that made this work at scale arrived in 2017 in a paper called Attention is All You Need. It introduced the transformer. The key idea was attention, a mechanism that lets the model weigh which earlier tokens matter most for predicting the next. Older approaches read text strictly left to right and forgot context quickly. Transformers hold the whole window in view and decide dynamically what is relevant. Then something unexpected happened. Researchers kept making these transformers bigger. More parameters, more data, more compute. And past a certain scale, the models started doing things they were never explicitly trained to do. Translating between languages, summarizing legal documents, writing functional code. Nobody wired in a translate switch. Nobody added a summarize module. The capability emerged on its own once the network got large enough. And emerged is the right verb. It is the reason the field stopped looking like normal software engineering and started looking like something closer to biology. That is what people mean by foundation model. A single very large, very general model trained once at enormous expense, then reused across thousands of applications without retraining. Before this era, one model per task. Now one model, prompted for whichever task you need. And the same recipe works across modalities. A language model trains on a sea of human writing and learns the statistical shape of text well enough to continue any sentence you start. Now take images. An image model does not see pixels as letters. It learns to start from pure visual noise, a static fuzz frame, and walk it backwards step by step until a coherent picture appears. Different inputs, completely different surface behavior, same underlying move. Learn a distribution from massive data, then sample from it. This is why the field consolidated so fast. Once the recipe worked for language, the same playbook ported to images, audio, video, molecular structures. Scale itself became a feature. Now the part the marketing decks skip. These models do not know things. They model the statistical shape of text written by people who knew things. That distinction sounds academic until the model produces a confident citation to a paper that does not exist, or a medical summary that invents a drug interaction. This is hallucination, and it is not a bug that gets patched. It is a direct consequence of how next token prediction works. The model is always producing the most plausible continuation. Plausible is not the same as true. It is also not AGI. A system that completes patterns brilliantly inside its training distribution is not the same as one that reasons, plans, and verifies the way a person does. Current models can be staggeringly useful and still fail at problems a careful 8-year-old would solve, because the 8-year-old has a model of the world and the language model has a model of text about the world. Those are different things. Treat the output as a draft from a well-read intern who has only ever read about the world. Useful, fast, requires supervision. That is generative AI, a next token predictor scaled until competence emerged. Where this gets interesting is the next layer up. Once a team ships AI features into a real codebase, the architectural assumptions that used to feel timeless start cracking. Clean abstractions, deep inheritance, perfectly factored services, they collide with latency budgets and token costs in ways nobody warned about. That collision is the topic of the next entry. Clean code is slow. Senior engineers already know. If this 5-minute map was useful, that one is the territory.